We're going to begin in just a minute. The last folks are making their way into the room all together. Well, good morning, everyone. The words calling us to worship this morning come from the Reverend Gretchen Haley. There is a time to let go of the resistance, the steadfast march to complete the to-do list.
For parents and activists, and for all who love this life, these people, these mountains, this sky.
There is a time to rest and to trust the world will go on, filled with partners at the ready.
All of us splitting shifts on this project of building and healing, tending and turning.
Breathe and being require their own patience and practice, their own attention, and the heart needs time for becoming stronger. After the shattering, the opening wider, the learning to love more and again.
Come into this place, study stillness and joy, know your belovedness, like a memory calling out from the center of your being.
Connecting every little piece of everything to everyone and all of us.
Feel here gratitude rising and praise for the chance to begin again this day with hope.
Come, let us worship together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on as a congregation, where we live, work, and play, was not freely given to us. We are gathered on the ancestral land of the Nuchu or Ute, Apache, the Pueblos, Hopi, Zuni, and Dene nations. This was also a site of trade, gathering, and healing for other native tribes. We recognize the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land. As these words are spoken and heard, the ties nations have to their ancestral homelands are renewed and reaffirmed. We acknowledge that our use of and benefit from this land came at a dire cost to Native nations and peoples whose land we now inhabit. I am Katie Kandarian Morris, minister of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Durango. I am so grateful to be creating community with you today, this congregation of beautiful, caring, and justice-striving people. In this difficult year especially, it is a balm simply being together, responding to the world's brokenness with hope and our liberal religious values. Unitarian Universalists have radical roots and a history as self-motivated spiritual people. We think for ourselves and recognize that life experience influences our beliefs more than anything. We gather in the spirit of covenant. If you are new to this fellowship or to this Zoom worship, we welcome you. Please go ahead and type a message into the chat, and our communications coordinator, Shannon Beaver, will reach out to you to greet you personally. We would love to add you to our e-newsletter list. And we also invite you to stay after worship for our informal small group virtual coffee hour. It's really fun, not overwhelming. We're not going to pick on anybody who's new. We would just like to say hello. Leading our service with me today is our worship team. Cheryl Guy is our worship associate. Sarah Sauter, our interim director of faith formation, is going to lead the pageant with me. Today is pageant day. Shannon Beaver is our greeter, John Schiffel is our tech associate. Our musician is Lawrence Nass, and the Bow family and their friends will be leading our hymn. I also want to let you all know that at the December 27th service, it's the last Sunday of this year, John Schiffel will grace us for the last time as our worship tech leader. Since COVID, John has stepped up to learn all kinds of Zoom details, has taken on and learned YouTube posting and hosting, video editing, sound enhancement, and more. Before this, he served as the lead for our AV associates for our in-person worship. And for that, he researched and implemented efforts for our brand new sound system in the sanctuary. He made sure that trainings happened for everyone. And in addition to worship, if that's not enough, John dedicated himself as the webmaster. He served on the IT committee, the communications committee, and the building and grounds committee. As you can see, we'll need many folks to fill his shoes. But today, we'd like to express our appreciation to John by placing celebratory reactions. If you go down to the bottom of your screen, right along that bar at the bottom, and you see the different choices it gives you, right? You can click on that reaction button, and over to the right, you see the celebratory button. And I'd like to invite you to put one of those right now in your screen. It'll turn off automatically. But we would like to put that party horn there, and when it goes off, you can add it again. Here's my party horn. It'll stay there just for a few seconds. And what we want to do with that is express our gratitude. You are also welcome right now to type in the chat and write messages of gratitude. And then right now, I will invite you to open up your mic just for a moment and express all together our gratitude for John Schiffel.
Oh,
Bravo, John.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Bravo.
Bravo, John. Bravo.
You're
You're the best.
yes.
Oh, and I
Hi,
even
John.
heard the dog saying something too. So thank you so much, John. When you get a chance or after worship, when we have the chat all saved there in our recording, I hope you take a look to see how much you are appreciated. Excuse our disorder and the public nature of our expression. We love you and we are grateful for what you've given, and we are grateful simply just for you. We look forward to you simply joining us for worship without a long list of responsibilities. We are glad you are a part of UUFD. We welcome you in 2021, simply just to be. Hooray you. Thank you.
Amen.
I've got my homemade guest at your table box here, right here. And as you can see, I have filled it with little coins and trinkets and little notes that I've written. I guess I better put them back in there. I've written little notes of hope. I put all sorts of stuff in there, you know, whatever. Not only nickels, but when I find a screw or something, I stick that in there. But when it's time to send it in, my guest at your table box before the end of the year, if you do that before the end of the year, your gift to the Unitarian Universalist Service Committee will be doubled. So you might want to remember that. You can find that. I think Shannon's going to be able to put something in the chat for that. And if not, she'll put it in there next week. The Unitarian Universalist Service Committee creates and continues effective partnerships both in this country and all over the world. So that is a wonderful social justice way to give to Unitarian Universalism. And one more note that it's tough that we can't be together physically on Christmas Eve. we've come up with a way for your creativity to stand in for you. On our church website are instructions on how you can make a unique luminarias, deliver them to the church before the 23rd of December. Make sure you get them there before noon that day, because we've got a crew of people who are going to be careful and socially distanced. Make sure they come at separate times. They are going to set up all those luminarias all around our property so that after worship on Christmas Eve at 6 o'clock, we can drive by, stay in our cars, and view that beauty all together and wave to each other from the safety of our cars. Now, as we worship, defined as shaping things of worth, we create community, offering opportunities for transformation. Let us be reminded of the many ways that may happen.
Our Sunday chalice lighting this morning comes from Bert Coleman and Dell Manners. I invite you to open your microphone and speak aloud the words of our affirmation, this congregational covenant. The words are also printed in the chat line. Love is the doctrine of the church.
The quest for
service
to dwell together in peace.
freedom to the end of all
Knowledge and freedom and serve human for these high purposes. We unite in worship.
Okay, and let us offer a greeting of peace and welcome each other, a sign of hospitality.
Peace and welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Yes.
Hey, everybody. Hi.
Everybody.
Hello,
everyone.
And we share our joys and sorrows in a ritual of candlelighting in community. If you are so moved, I invite you to offer your joy or sorrow of a personal matter, and I'll light a candle for you. Go ahead and type your name in the chat if you want to have a candle lit for you so that we can identify you. And I want today to make a special request this morning. So please just offer your joy or sorrow in just a phrase or two, rather than the whole story. We want to be mindful of everyone here and also to the entirety of the worship. Now is also a good time to change your screen to speaker view so that you can see who is speaking.
Our first person this morning is Bonnie.
A concern, my friend Stan, who is still hospitalized and on a ventilator for COVID, has some ups and downs. And unfortunately, during this week, his wife, who was suffering from Alzheimer's, died.
And so we light this candle.
Allison A.
Hi, my heart is heavy. My mother-in-law, Sonia, passed on Friday. She was 90 years old, and we think she died of a heart attack. And then the other sorrow is that I have experienced another hearing loss, which is reminiscent of some of the issues I was having a few years ago. And so that's been a struggle as well. So I just ask you all to keep us in your hearts. Thank you.
We light this candle.
Lynn G.
Have a joy that my sister and my niece are with us through Christmas.
And we light this candle.
Marsha Porter Norton.
Hi everyone. I have a candle of concern for Brenda Hosky. Many of you remember Brenda is the one that came up with Vincent from Gallup for our Navajo Nation drive, and her mother has COVID. So I ask for good energy and prayers sent to Brenda and all her community and her family. Thank you.
And we light this candle.
Tricia.
I wanted to light a candle for my ex-husband, Jerry, who died Thursday. And my heart aches for my 3 sons who have lost their father.
And we light this candle.
Stacy.
I want to express just concern for a friend of ours that died by suicide, Stacy, beautiful community member we lost recently. Thank you.
We light this candle.
There is a request from Lori to light a candle for all the residents of Four Corners Nursing Home and the staff there and the families and residents.
And we light this candle.
Frank.
I have a joy that I still live in a country where the rule of law still prevails.
And so we light this candle.
Sophia.
I have a joy that our grandparents from California are here.
And we have another joy as well that vaccines started to ship out in the US today. This morning.
And we light this candle.
Terry R.
Hi, everyone. I have a concern really about my Fort Lewis College students. I have seen more struggles with mental illness this semester than I ever have. You know, for a lot of reasons, I think, but a lot of them are struggling. So I'd like to light a candle for them.
We light this candle.
Susie and Robert.
I just want to wish Robert happy birthday. He celebrated his birthday yesterday, so it's a joy for us today. We made it through another year. He did anyway.
We light this candle.
Shannon.
Yeah, I would just ask that everyone remember me. I will be flying home on Tuesday. You'll be seeing me for the next 3 weeks broadcasting from Tennessee. So I ask that you keep me in your prayers. Thanks.
I am looking down the list.
And we light this candle.
Rose and Sarah.
I'd just like to say that I'm very happy that it finally snowed.
And we light this candle.
Okay, Judith S.
Hi, you guys. I'm so thankful for this church and for this community. And I just can't, I just can't say how thankful I am. And it is a joy to me just to think about you guys every day.
We light this candle.
So I am going through many, many chat messages here to make sure I haven't missed anyone. If you have something you'd like to say, please put your name in.
I will light this last candle to symbolize all of those joys and sorrows, those thoughts and cares that many of us hold in our hearts silently. Some of them too vulnerable for us to share aloud. So let this be that candle. And may we keep all of these many cares, concerns, lights in our hearts as we go about this day. And now, this morning, you might be able to see over on this side of my screen, our Hanukkah sits on our altar today, ready to be lit this evening for the fourth night of Hanukkah in the homes of our Jewish members. So we won't light it this morning. We'll know that it will be lit at sunset tonight. And also on the first Sunday of Advent, we lit a candle for hope. I'll go ahead and light that now. The second Sunday of Advent, we lit a candle for peace on earth. And this is the third week of Advent. We light a candle for love. In this holiday season, throughout the year to come, and always in our lives, may we know we are loved. May we share the love we have, and may we be the love we wish to see. Deepening into prayer now with words from former president of Starking School for the Ministry, Rebecca Parker. Won't you join me? Spirit of life, even when our hearts are broken by our own failure or the failure of others cutting into our lives, even when we have done all we can and life is still broken, there is a universal love that has never broken faith with us and never will. Let us hold silence for just a moment. May it be so. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be.
Where are you, Christmas? Why can't I find you? Why have you gone away? Where is the laughter you used to bring me? Why can't I hear music play? My world is changing, I'm rearranging. Does that mean Christmas changes too? Where are you, Christmas? Do you remember the one you used to know? I'm not the same one. See what the time has done. Is that why you have let me go? Christmas is here everywhere. Oh, Christmas is here if you care. Oh, if there is heart and your mind, you will feel like Christmas all the time. I feel you, Christmas. I know I found you. You never fade away. The joy of Christmas stays here inside us, fills each and every heart with love. Oh, every heart with love. Where are you, Christmas? Fill your heart with love.
As always, Lawrence, absolutely delightful. Thank you so much. As we begin our pageant, I'm in a nativity scene. You may wish to change your background or put on a Zoom filter. You may add your own costume filter and add in and join in. If you have an older computer or an older version of Zoom, you may not be able to do this. So this would be the time to go and run and find a dish towel, a robe, or some mouse ears. For those of you who are able to add a costume filter on Zoom, please click on the arrow to the right of your video camera icon at the bottom of the Zoom screen. Then click on Choose Video Filter. On the next screen, you can select your costumes, and there is no wrong costume in our 2020 pageant. And Reverend Katie will cue you when it's time for your costume and your sounds, and that will come at the end of the pageant.
All right. Here we have a tradition of enacting a simple, no-fuss Christmas pageant. We use words adapted from the book by Margaret Wise Brown titled Christmas in the Barn. Today, we've invited some people in advance to create this pageant with us, and yet we will find a way for all who desire to experience the ancient story through the voices and presence of the animals. Everything in 2020 is unusual, including some of the barn animals, so we beg your indulgence. At its core, the story is filled with chaos and messiness, and we're adding a little more due to the limitations of our screens. So, because we've already got extra, I'll ask you not to open your microphone until you're called upon to speak, so that we might find the message in this sacred story. What I will invite you to do right now, so that you get the full experience of our pageant, is go up to the right where it says view, hover with your mouse up there and change your view to speaker view, okay? And that way you will see all of the participants in our pageant. Now, let us begin. In a big warm barn, in an ancient field,
the bear roared.
Roar!
The sheep baaed.
Bah, bah.
The donkey, that looked a little like a rabbit, squealed.
Ee-aw, ee-aw. The pig snorted.
The doves cooed.
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And quietly the daylight died in the sunset of the west.
And a star, there it is right there, rose brighter than all the stars in the sky. The field mice scampered and squeaked in the hay. Wait, what?
There it was. And two people who had lost their way walked into the barn at the end of the day.
And they were allowed to sleep in the hay because there was no room at the inn.
The little mice rustled and squeaked in the sweet, dry grass.
The pigs squawked. The sheep baaed.
The little donkeys brayed.
The doves cooed.
Coo, 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 coo. Coo, coo, coo.
And there they were, all safe and warm, all together in that ancient barn.
When hail, the first wail of a newborn babe, reached the night where one great star was burning bright.
It's okay, little one.
And the wise ones arrived.
What wonder.
And the shepherds with their sheep.
Over here.
Over here.
And wait, where's that bear?
Roar.
Thank you. And angels from on high are come to watch them sleep. Wait, where are the angels again?
Gloria!
Okay.
Gloria!
What child is this who is born here, away in a manger, no crib for their bed?
What child is this who lays down their sweet head in the big warm barn in the ancient field?
The little child sleeps.
And for those of you dressed, ready to join our pageant this morning, this part is for you. In just a moment, I'll invite you to open your microphones and join in. Okay, get ready and you can join your part. The donkey squealed.
Yeehaw!
The pigs grunted. The sheep baaed.
Bah, bah.
The doves cooed.
Coo, coo, coo.
And the field mice scampered in the hay. And they make squeaking noises if you are a mouse. And the bear roared.
Roar.
Then the star goes down, yet the wise ones stay to see the dawning day.
The child was sleeping in the hay. Where is that child? It's probably making a sleeping noise. And there they were, all safe and warm, all together in that ancient barn.
Follow, follow, rise up, shepherd, and follow. Follow the star to Bethlehem. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Follow, follow, Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Rise up and Bethlehem, rise up, shepherd, and follow. There's a star in the east on Christmas morn. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. It will lead to the place where the baby is born. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Leave your sheep and leave your lambs. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Ooh. Leave your ewes and leave your rams. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Ba-ba-doo, follow, follow. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Follow the star to Bethlehem. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. If you take good heed to the angel's word, rise up, shepherd, and follow. You'll forget your flock, you'll forget your herd. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Oh, leave your sheep and leave your lambs. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Oh, leave your ewes, leave your rams. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Follow, 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 follow. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Oh, follow the star to Bethlehem. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Follow, follow. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Follow the star to Bethlehem. Oh, rise up, shepherd, and follow. Follow, follow. Rise up, shepherd, and follow.
Greetings, Unitarian Universalists. For so many reasons, this holiday season is different than any in memory. Dearly held traditions that bring us joy are pared down, virtual, or canceled altogether. Many of us are tired and grieving. We have lost too many loved ones this year: elders, mentors, family, friends. This is true in our personal lives, it is true in our congregations, and it is true for our faith as a whole. And grief always weighs heavier in the holidays, especially in a year such as this. One of the things that is keeping me grounded these days is remembering to stay in the present rather than dwelling on what cannot be. I welcome grief, yes. I welcome the emotions present in my heart and in my life, yes. And I stay present and open to what is before me today. The gift of sky, of sun, of earth, of stars, of life, of friends and loved ones. It is a challenge to shift my perspective away from what is missing, but when I do, when I'm able to stay in the present and let go of longing for what has been in the past, I find that there is a powerful yes waiting in this moment. A yes in a year full of negation and despair, an affirmation that the world is calling forth from us in this great season of turning. In this season of generosity and goodwill and peace, there is a yes. May we in this season, unlike any before, invite gratitude for the gifts that have emerged and continue to be present this year. We witness what can happen when people help one another and prioritize community over the self. We have become connected in ways new and different, ways that have allowed more people to connect to community and ministry. And at a time that has presented profound challenges, our communities have grown strong in both spirit and in faith. Instead of focusing on what cannot be, may we create new practices of gratitude and meaning that reflect the generosity, the humanity, and the compassion that are needed in our world today, and that are needed to foster more love and more justice for the future. And may all of you, each of you, may we all find time to slow down this season and set aside the pressure and hecticness that is so often a part of the holidays. That has never been particularly helpful. So this year, when so much has been asked of us again and again, we all need and deserve rest. May you have rest this season. As I sit in the beautiful darkness of this season, I am reminded that life is nurtured in darkness, that seeds take root in the darkness of the soil, that babies are formed in the dark of the womb. The world is asking something new of us, and something new can be born from this time. And as we light candles, like we always do in this season, in ritual and celebration, let us embrace the mystery and the possibility of this very special time. In this season, I send you my love, my prayers, my care, and so many, many blessings to each and every one of you.
For this faith, for each other, for our safe, warm spaces, I am grateful. I love you. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Wanna wish you a, wanna wish you a, oh, from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a, I wanna wish you a, I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
As we begin our offering this morning, there are 3 ways you can donate, as you can see in the chat line. First of all, you can always mail a check to the church. On our website, you can click on the donate button and follow the directions, or you can send a text message. In this winter holiday season, we engage with and reinterpret the traditions of our ancestors. Even in difficult moments, there are reasons for celebration and gratitude. Joy is present, whether we are finding renewal among people who are special to us, or doing the work of justice, or repairing our relationships. Our sacred sense of connection runs through it all. Love is holy. Serving others is holy. May our commitment to love bring us closer, together across our divisions, and may our love and generosity move us to healing ourselves and the world. Thank you for your generosity this morning.
Robert and Susie Bowe, with their friends Evelyn and Bill Snyder, will lead us in our closing song, O Come, Emmanuel, which was recorded last week in the backyard of their Phoenix home. The lyrics to this ancient carol have been recast from the original text to reflect the broader Unitarian understanding that hope, healing, and salvation are for all of us. These words are in the chat box, so please sing along.
O come, Emmanuel, and with your captive children dwell. Give comfort to all exiles here, and to the aching heart bid cheer. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come within as love to dwell. Oh, come, you splendor very bright, as joy that never yields to might. Oh, come and turn all hearts to peace, that greed and war at last shall cease. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come within the truth to dwell. Oh, come, you days spring, come and cheer our spirits by your presence here, and dawn in every broken soul as vision that can see the whole. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come within as light to dwell. Oh, come, you wisdom from on high, from depths that hide within the sight. to dwell.
So beautiful, and sun, and to see all that sun with that beautiful singing and green grass. What? As we have all the snow here. Bert and Dell are going to now extinguish their chalice from their home, as we each do from ours. Thank you, Bert and Dell. If you would like to light the chalice from your home next week, let us know. We have room for you. We'd love to have you. The words that send us off in blessing come from A. Powell Davies, who served as minister at All Souls Church in Washington, D.C. from the years 1944 to 1957. Let us open our hearts to Christmas. Open them to all the hope that stands against a world that wastes with evil things. Open them wide enough for gentleness in a world that is bitter and harsh, for loveliness in a world that is desolate, for faith and its joy and the song of its joy that sings in the presence of God. Go in peace. Amen. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to open the breakout rooms, and you're welcome to join in just a few minutes. Lawrence will play us out.